This podcast of Extraordinary on Purpose is presented to you by Rachel Renata and RareGem Productions. For more information, visit RachelRenata.com.
Hello and welcome to another extraordinary episode of Extraordinary on Purpose with Rachel Renata. I am your host, Rachel Renata. It's great to be back with you again this week to bring you another exciting episode when pain affects your purpose. Hope that you guys have had a great week. I've had a very extraordinary week, and I really think that it's time that we just go ahead and go to another level of understanding factors in pursuing our purpose. When pain affects your purpose, well, we all know what pain is. And of course, when you say pain, you think instantly of sadness, but really pain is anything that hurts you, anything that disappoints you. It could be death. It could be divorce. It could be a bad breakup, be it a relationship or a friendship. You could find yourself let go from a job, but whatever that pain is, if we are not careful, that pain will totally alter our purpose in the sense of getting started. Pain can affect our purpose in three ways. It can hinder us, it can distract us, and it can place limitations. Let's start with hinder. How can pain hinder our purpose? Pain can hinder our purpose by causing us to stop. When you are hit with that blow emotionally, it automatically affects you mentally. You can't think. Your mind is all scrambled. Think about that painful thing. Think about that thing that moment when you got in that phone call and you had to immediately stop what you're doing. The first thing we do, we get razzled and frazzled and we start moving around. If you are on your purpose and you're trying to pursue your purpose and then life throws you a blow that is painful, immediately the first thing you stop doing is that purpose because you now want to focus on the pain. And it's okay to focus on the pain because, to be honest with you, every wound requires treatment. If you are scarred, if you are hurt in any kind of way, you want to seek medical attention. You want to apply whatever ointment and therapy that's needed to make that wound better. But unless it has totally knocked you to a place of being unable to move yourself. So let's say you're in a real bad car accident and now you're confined to a bed. You know, physically you cannot do anything, but mentally you want to continue to exercise your mind. That's how we have to look at that painful thing such as divorce or a bad breakup or relationship. When it hits us, don't allow it to stop us. Let's get our treatment. Let's get our therapy. Let's begin to work through it, but let's keep moving to our purpose. Why? Because last week we said our purpose must have purpose. It's not about us. Our purpose is designed to reach and connect to someone else. The second thing that pain can do to affect our purpose, it causes a distraction. Sometimes we have to stop and we look at it and we look at it a little too long. I'm a strong believer in when you have done all you can do in a situation, you have to let go and let God. You cannot continue to look at it. If you plant a seed in a garden and you water it and then you stand there and you look at it, it will not grow. In its right season, it will do what? Change, do something, begin to sprout, begin to grow. So it's important that we do not allow our pain to distract us to a point where we no longer can outline or work on our purpose. We drop out, we phase out. Purpose is so amazing when you're on it. It's like oxygen on its own. You're breathing, you have life, but when you're living on purpose and you have a life and you have been able to embrace what God has called you and planned for your life, that's a whole nother level of air. You are needed. Your purpose is needed. Do not be distracted. Well, what's a common distraction? The chaos, the confusion, the constant wanting to reply, the constant wanting to have the last word or to be a part of or stand in the cycle of the drama. We all know that when something happens, the phone starts ringing, the text messages, the emails, and we're caught up in all of that we forget to plan, we forget to pursue, or we just forget to participate in our purpose. Participation in your purpose means you show up every day and do what is required of you to ensure that the plan is carried out for you for the purpose that day. Again, participation is you showing up, doing what is important for you to do to ensure the plan of the purpose is carried out for that day. So if you're caught up in distractions, you're going to drop the ball. And if someone is counting on you, if your programs, your agency, your business, your church, your ministry, if it's all riding on you to get it done, You have to learn how to put that distraction to the side. Again, do all you can do for that day, that moment, and then move on to your purpose. Move back on to your regularly scheduled programming. Because once you begin to allow your cycle to throw off, you will then find yourself lacking, dragging, and then ultimately you're going to be sitting dormant. When you are distracted by your pain, you're allowing your purpose to lay dormant. And then if you're not living in your purpose, then truly you're not living. So you must make sure you continue. Again, you must make sure that you're not hindered, and you must make sure you're not distracted. Last week when we talked about making sure, we went through our steps of pursuing purpose and understanding purpose. One thing that we talked about was centering ourselves spiritually. That is the key to making sure you are not hindered and you're not distracted. Finding your quiet time and your quiet space, no matter what it is, no matter how bad it hurts. Finding that time to be quiet, be still, and listen to the voice that will guide you through any dark space, will take you through any low valley. You have to get to a point to listen to that. Our third point is limits. So you're not hindered. The chaos is there, but it's not really distracting you. But now you've gotten afraid. So the pain has caused you to think that maybe it's not going to happen. You're second guessing your purpose. You're second guessing your life because you're hurting. And once we've been hurt really deep within our soul, it's hard to love again. It's hard to trust again. It's hard to believe again. Well, we got to have belief. We have to have trust, and we have to have love in order to fulfill our purpose. Those are three human keys and components of good character. And if we can't trust and believe and love, then we're going to operate in our purpose bitter, broken, and hardened in the heart. So it's important that we spend some time making sure that we are not allowing our pain to place limits on our purpose. We're not allowing these limits to set in and we're only halfway where we should be. Instead of being a 6, you're going to function now as a 3. So you apply for the bank loan. It didn't go through at Bank A. So now all of a sudden you feel like it's not going to happen. Oh, well, I applied for this contract and I didn't get it. So now suddenly you feel like, well, maybe what I'm asking. And I'll tell you this, that feedback that we get sometimes from our denial that hurts us, or the rejection that we get sometimes that causes us pain, will definitely make us think we are not good enough, that what we are asking for cannot be reached. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not true. It's a false sense of reality. Pain is not going to make you feel good about yourself. That's something that you're going to have to counteract it with. Well, that's why we have to keep our spirits and our minds fed with positive things that are going to uplift us when pain is beating us down, things that is going to inspire us so that we can continue to be in a position to pursue the full level of our purpose. One thing that I found to be very, very helpful for myself is that quiet time, that meditation time that we talk about. And I think that it's important that you understand that meditation and quiet time has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with you and the creator of the plan and the purpose for your life. No one should tell you how to talk to your creator and how to talk to your God. A lot of times we allow people in positions to direct our path. But what we have to do is make sure that we are comfortable enough to go directly to God on our own. And there is no real formal way to go other than just, here I am. I'm open heart. I'm open mind, wounded and all. I got to talk to you. A lot of times when people stop by my office or they call me up, whenever they're at their lowest, and the first thing they say is, Rachel, can I just talk to you? And it's something about saying, can I just talk to you? That means they may not want me to respond right away. They may not need me to give the answer, but there is something heavy on their heart that is hurting them. There is a burden that they are carrying that they just need to sit down and give it to me. Now, I'm not saying I want to carry that burden. Don't give me enough. I got a lot of baggage on my own. I'm going to have to pay extra for all this luggage. I'm saying, though, they want to just get it off. And that's what I encourage you to do during meditation. Forget the ritual, forget the wording. Just say, here I am, weary and wounded, heavy and broken, saddened and bitter. Here I am. Let me tell you what's going on with me. One of the darkest times, and I make it no secret about it, is after I lost my mother. At 19, I found it really hard to understand how the God that she had taught me about and had raised me to know and love would hurt me so bad. And how this void in my heart and feeling like I was suddenly sliced in half would ever be filled. And I did everything within my own human nature and power to fulfill that, from partying to alcohol to empty relationships to trying to pursue a job, to climb up corporate's ladder. And no matter what I did, that feeling kept falling out. And if you've ever had dental work done, you know that when you get a filling put in and it falls out, it hurts like heck. It hurts. And so every time I would stuff a filling in, and it would work temporarily, and then it would fall out. And then on top of the already hurt, on top of the already brokenness, I would hurt myself again. I would hurt myself by, again, trying to put a false filling in. It wasn't until I took all of that half of me, and I can almost say I drug myself to a place of saying, here I am broken and I am wounded and I'm outright bitter. And I need you to do something with this. It's that real conversation. It is that real time that I didn't formalize any words. I said, I am angry. I am disappointed. I am broken. And it's by your hands. It's by your doing. And to me, that's real talk. You know, you took my mother and you broke me. It was that then led me to realize that he didn't do it because he didn't love me. You know, my mother and God had their own relationship, and she had her own purpose and her own time. And the fact that she had 3 beautiful children that she's able to raise alone, and they're able to create lives of purpose and live out healthy choices and decisions, not perfect, but healthy choices and decisions. Perhaps she had fulfilled her purpose. And what I have to do now is find mine. And it was not going to be found in empty places. It was found when I put myself in a position to be quiet and to give him one wound at a time. I couldn't give it all at once because it hurts. I gave it to him one wound at a time. And each time a wound was able to be healed, each time I was able to forgive, let go. I used to be really, really angry. I mean, mad. I pop off at you and tell you which highway to get on to get up out my face. And then when you get up out my face, I'm going to tell you which exit you need to take to make sure you don't get back in my face again. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Sweet me. Can y'all imagine that, little sweet me? Yeah, that was me. And it was not cute. And I hurt a lot of people in the process, because hurt people hurt people. I was not living on purpose. I was not purpose. What is that? To me, purpose was just getting up every day, going to work, making sure you paid all your bills. Oh, it was that life. It was during that time that I realized that that's not purpose and that's not living. So once I began to get into a place of being quiet, centering myself around meditation, finding myself in a weekly service that was feeding me, that was keeping me uplifted and directing me, I suddenly found myself in position. Now, position just simply means you're getting ready. You're getting into a place where you can begin. Position does not mean go. Just position, please. Can I have everyone in their position? That means just get ready. Don't y'all get in position and take off running. Get in position and get ready. And when you get in position, you will suddenly look around and find out who else is getting ready to be in position as well. And it's something about getting on a path and know that you're not walking alone. Purpose is a path. It's entitled Purpose Path. Purpose is a path that we all have, but not everybody gets on the path at the same time. So when you look up and you realize that someone else has caught on to the purpose and now they're getting on their path, you all are walking, even though you're heading to a different destination, you're all walking together. So you're uplifting and you're encouraging. That's why we cannot allow the pain to affect our purpose to the point of hindering us, because you never know who you're going to meet on your path. You never know who you'll meet on your journey, and you'll be able to lock arms. And when you get weak, they'll be able to hold you up. And when you need a cheerleader, they'll be standing there clapping. Life has brought me so many awesome cheerleaders. Some were for a season. Some were there in the very beginning, and they're no longer there. Some have been there for a lifetime with me. Some have been there since day one through all of the ups and the downs. And then there's some people that are just now entering into the season of being there to cheer me on. And there are days when I can't find the words to say, good job, Rachel. Good job. You did this. You can do this. That someone sends me something or someone calls me and they encourage. So again, if you allow your pain to hinder you, you won't get on your path and you won't start pursuing your purpose. If you allow your pain to distract you, you'll be so off focus that you'll look up, and even though you're on your path of purpose, you're so distracted that you've been left behind. And then you'll find yourself lonely on your road because all the people that would have started out with you when you were walking and you guys could have kept each other uplifted are suddenly up ahead. So then you're going to try to take off running and catch up, and you're going to tire yourself out because there's a pace. We cannot get to the finish line in one run, not on purpose. You have to take your time. And then, of course, those limits, just thinking that maybe you're not good enough, thinking that you cannot pursue it, thinking that you cannot pursue it at the level in which you know it's been given to you. I know I'm supposed to be doing this extraordinarily. I know I'm supposed to be doing this with the level of excellence. But you place limits because you look at your resources and you look at that pain. You look at what's being done. You look at what's being said. We got to stop that. We have to learn to heal the pain. So, I mean, this is truly a place where you say, well, Rachel, I'm hurting because of what my family did. I'm hurting because of what my father did. I'm hurting because of what he didn't do, this guy, this girl. I'm hurting because of what happened to me at work. And I don't know how to heal. I'm just mad. And then here's the funny thing. You mad and everybody around you mad. So all these mad folks just mad. How about we step back and we pull back and we enter into a place where we learn. And what I'm never going to do, I'm never going to get behind the mic and have you guys tune in to give you fluff. What I want to do is open your eyes and hopefully make you realize there's some things going on. There's something that hurt me, and I probably suppressed it or put that Band-Aid on it, and it's infected. And as long as I keep it wrapped up and don't nobody touch it, it's okay. But I'm telling you, when you get on purpose, when you start living on purpose, do you hear what I'm getting ready to tell you? I need you to turn it up. Sit up. Listen to me. Sit up. Yep. Okay. When you start living on purpose, this is a whole nother level to crazy talk, foolish acting, negative behavior that you'll get from the outside. And if you still got that same old attitude or you still hurt in the same way, you will mess around and mess up your purpose because you got distracted. You were hindered. So it's important that we bring in people that are operating in gifts, operating in purpose. And it makes you know that any ordinary person with an ordinary idea can start out extraordinary on purpose. So I want you to be inspired, be encouraged, and I want you to let go. Starting today, whatever it is, whoever it is, whatever it was, let's start to let go. Let's start to let go so that we can fulfill and receive. Not only will we give when we live on purpose, but there is so much to receive from living on purpose. So much joy, so much peace, so much just wisdom and understanding. You deserve it. You should have it. And it's available. Stop waiting for someone and something to give it to you. Once again, it's my pleasure. It is my honor to come to you and bring you Extraordinary on Purpose. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, every extraordinary idea, every extraordinary person can be extraordinary on purpose. I'm Rachel Renata.
This podcast of Extraordinary on Purpose is presented to you by Rachel Renata and RareGem Productions. For more information, visit RachelRenata.com. To connect with Rachel Renata, join the fan page at Rachel Renata on Facebook, follow the Rachel Renata on Twitter, or follow her on Instagram at Rachel Renata 33. If you would like to advertise your extraordinary business, have questions, or would like to be a guest with Rachel Renata to begin your extraordinary journey on this show, email Rachel@RachelRenata.com. Extraordinary on Purpose is another positive production of RareGem Productions, proudly presenting, promoting, and producing positive programs. For more, visit OneRareGem.com. That's OneRaregem.com. Thanks for listening.